everybody. Good morning, Nikola. So first of all, congratulations. You're the CEO of Electrocoin. It's the 6th fastest growing company in Central and Eastern Europe, according to Deloitte. So
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Let's start straight to the head. Yeah? Money is a public good. And yesterday, this very conference, the governor of the National Bank of Croatia was lecturing us on the money and why he claims crypto is not the money, besides lecturing us on the money practices and alternatives in prisons worldwide. But let's put it aside. He claimed that cryptocurrencies are not proper money because it's not fulfilling money's 3 main functions. And he claimed the crypto is volatile, it's slow, non-scalable, energy efficient. Basically, he bashed all over cryptocurrencies. So I'm sure you don't really see it that way, right? So what's your take on this?
Well, this may sound rough, but I don't really care. Because is it money, is it not money, is really not relevant for us. There is a market for what we do. There are people who use our services. There is a vision that we have for a way forward. We see great potential in this industry. Now, is it money or is it not money is really not relevant to our goals, which is basically to allow people to use something like an electronic cash. That's the title of the first cryptocurrency white paper, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Now, I understand that it might not fit the conventional definition of money, and I must say that I don't really bother with that, because we see that adoption of crypto is growing exponentially. So crypto obviously is something that is useful, something that people need, something that people want. Yeah, definition is really not something that we care about.
But when can you actually start doing something with crypto? I mean, when the crypto will become not only an investment class. I mean, for instance, with gold, at least you could make necklaces with, right? So yeah. When can you do something with crypto?
Well, you already can. People are paying for stuff with crypto. We have crypto payments department in our company, and it's growing exponentially. We've already helped buy cars, yachts, gold, you name it. So people are already using crypto for payments. Also, there is this, I'm sure you have a question about decentralized finance, because that's the hype right now. So this is really a field that without crypto would not exist. We hear from our colleagues in banking this mantra, blockchain, not crypto. We in the industry, on the other hand, are quite sure that without crypto there is no blockchain, because blockchain without crypto it's like a car without gas. The budding decentralized finance industry is basically rooted in crypto tokens, and without it, it simply couldn't exist.
Well, an indiscreet question from me. Did you buy anything ever with crypto that was worth more than, say, 100 euros?
Sure.
You yourself?
Sure, yeah. My last laptop I bought with crypto. So yeah, we are dog fooding. We are working really hard on spreading crypto adoption. For now, you can buy a limited number of goods with crypto. We have a really good plan to change that, and everything I can these days I buy with crypto. Of course, to help test our service, but also because it's an easy and convenient way to buy.
And Electrocoin, if I'm not mistaken, also runs crypto payment gateway service, right?
Yes, that is what I was mentioning before. So Pavešić is basically a BitPay clone that is focused currently on Croatia. We are onboarding clients or merchants with great speed, because there really is a solid interest for it. First, it was simply marketing. People wanted to show that they are ready for the digital age. But now that volumes have come, now that people started using it, yeah, merchants are realizing there is really a target audience there that wants to spend their crypto, or that wants to spend crypto they just bought for that purpose.
Okay, this regulator's dislike for the crypto is somehow controversial, because at the same time I think the fact was that 80% of all the central banks worldwide are actively thinking about central banks' digital currency. So what's your take on that?
Well, you mentioned...
Will it help your cause?
Yeah, sure. You mentioned our governor in the first question, and I must say I was quite thrilled by the talk he delivered yesterday, because while he was talking about cryptocurrencies, I couldn't forget my first email I sent to our national bank. That was almost 7 years ago, like in the first month of existence of our company in early 2014, I sent a rather clumsy email to Croatian National Bank informing them that we are starting a first crypto brokerage in Croatia and that we would really like to talk with them, or rather I was just a single enthusiast at that point. I would like to talk to them about regulation, to set some kind of reporting or something, even proposed a draft legislation or something like that. I'm sure they had a really good laugh. I also laugh now that I remember how naive I was. Well, I was, you know, just a starting enthusiast. And now, through the years, as we've growing our business and becoming more serious, our emails to Croatian National Bank also started being more and more serious. Every response was, we don't regulate crypto. Yesterday, seeing governor of the Croatian National Bank dedicating at least 10 minutes to crypto was thrilling. To see that, I mean, the depth of knowledge that he displayed on the topic was really refreshing. A week ago, also head of the other regulator, Croatian Financial Services Authority, also delivered a speech on crypto, and I was also thrilled to see the depth of knowledge that he showed. So yeah, we've come a long way. The regulators are finally taking crypto seriously, and this really fills me with enthusiasm, because we already had a first round of regulation of crypto in Croatia. On 1st of January of this year, Croatian anti-money laundering law, a new Croatian anti-money laundering law came into effect, and we became a regulated entity in the field of money laundering. I must say this was rather disappointing. Because we already were performing all of the checks required, because, you know, we asked around and we set up our procedures. So what we expected really was change in the position of banks, because out of 21 banks in Croatia, 19 banks have closed our bank account or refused to open it. And we always the reason for that was, you're not a regulated business. Well, now we are, and nothing's changed. So what we realized is there is really a need for a regulatory push from the top, you know, from the Croatian National Bank to say we really need a level playing field. Access to payment services is a right of every business in Croatia, and listening to our governor yesterday, I really felt optimistic that this is a road they are taking, that we finally can expect them to tell banks, you cannot stop crypto from happening in Croatia anymore, you need to provide them with the basic payment infrastructure.
So you're slowly entering mainstream, if I may say so?
Yes, yes, I really hope so.
It seems that the dialogue with the regulators lasts for almost, what you said, 6 years. Yeah?
Yes.
But still, I mean, how come you were so stubborn to open a company in Croatia, while at the same time, as we know, Slovenia, which is a neighboring country, has a much proactive approach towards crypto, not only from the regulation perspective, both countries being in the European Union as well, but the approach is different. But also when it comes to the general sympathy towards crypto in society.
Mm. I get asked this question really a lot. I must say I have nothing against Slovenians. I worked there for 10 years. Yesterday, our good friends from Slovenia had a fireside chat also here on this conference. Now, grass is always greener on the other side of the border. Our friends from Slovenia also know that, and they opened a company in Estonia. So yeah, okay, we can also ask the same question. Why didn't we open a company in Estonia? I must say, people usually tell me I'm quite naive when I answer, we really believe in Croatia. I already have e-residency in Estonia. We are one click away from opening a company. We already have relationships with consultants there. We can move our company to Estonia in less than a month. We're prepared. We've done our homework. But we don't want to do that up until the last point. Up until the point we have exhausted all of our options. We really do believe, as I mentioned, the first thing I did when I started the company, I contacted the regulators. I really do believe in what I said as an answer to the previous questions, that regulators are here to help us. And now that they've realized that crypto is not some kind of game, I think that we can together build something really great for Croatia. Because I have to remind you that Croatia has some of the best developers in the world. We have some of the best fintech companies in the world. We also have the best place to live in Europe. We have the coast, we have the mountains, we have everything. So why giving up on our country? That is the question I think we should be asking.
Okay, this was not a paid commercial. I want to let you know that. But I hope that this will not happen, that you move to Estonia, that you will stay in Croatia.
Yeah, we're ready.
There's a bizarre thing I would like to talk to you about. So you being on the forefront of fintech, of crypto here in Croatia, yet at the same time you stroke a cooperation with, I guess, one of the least proactive government-owned companies in Croatia, which is Croatian Post. So for me, it was the most bizarre thing in fintech in 2019. So you've opened in the Croatian Post offices, basically the cryptocurrency exchange. Could you share a bit more about your experience, about some numbers maybe, and what was that experience like for you?
Sure. Well, this was basically a synergy of visions, because the leading vision of Electrocoin is to make crypto accessible and simple to use and see what happens. So why we are growing so fast is because we offered a service which is really, really easy to use, which is our support is easy to contact in 3 a.m. in the morning. On Saturday, we'll answer in 15 minutes. So ease of use. And we overlapped with a vision that new board of Croatian Post has, which is digitalization, which is allowing their customers to use as much as possible digital services. So basically, this is where we crossed our paths, and it was really logical to set up this cooperation. They wanted to show that they can offer new next generation services to their customers, and we wanted to fulfill on our promise of easy to use crypto services.
Okay, are you happy, satisfied with the numbers?
Yeah, we really are. Of course, it was not walk in the park. But after months and months of hard work, I think both Croatian Post and us are really, really content with what we did.
Great. Okay, let's change the topic for a while. There's this new trend called decentralized finance. What's your opinion on that? Can it really endanger the banks? Because banks are deliberately, by using this whole model, they've been put aside as an intermediator. So what about KYC and AML in decentralized finance, which
Sure.
is apparently the huge obstruction? And by the way, along with that, what is Polkadot? What is Web3?
Sure. Well, I again have to remember the talk that our governor gave yesterday. As I see, I really was impressed. He was talking about cooperation between challengers and incumbents. And I really don't see decentralized finance as something trying to replace banks. I'm seeing decentralized finance as something trying to build a new service alongside banks or on top of banking services. For instance, some people are comparing decentralized finance savings with bank savings. This is completely different use case and completely different target audience. The name, unfortunately, is the same, but I don't really support the name of using savings. I would rather say it's kind of an investment in a new product. So yes, I really do believe that banks and decentralized finance can really coexist on the same track and maybe at some point merge. crypto is really fast-growing field, fast-growing industry, and I don't really see why banks and crypto would not start collaborating in the middle run. In the short run, as I mentioned, that still is quite unlikely, at least for Croatian banks. As the title of this talk says, the biggest banks, for instance, JP Morgan Chase or the biggest Singaporean bank, just started their crypto exchange business. So the biggest banks, I guess with biggest R&D departments and the grandest visions, have already started entering crypto really hard. And I really hope that our local banks and our local regulators will start seeing what we are talking right now, that this is a synergy that really needs to be explored before bigger outside players just come here and swipe the field. You mentioned the problem of KYC. Well, that problem is solved. Crypto is something like of a wall garden. On the outside, there's a wall, that's us. Companies that provide the gateway between crypto and fiat and banks. And then there's this walled garden inside where all of the magic happens, magic that it's not burdened by traditional outlooks on payment processes, on finance, on investment and stuff like that. You have to remember all of those services were built on the shoulders of ICO craze of 2017. ICOs would not be possible in traditional investment environment. So ICOs brought us what is now known as DeFi. All of those projects that did not spring in the last 6 months, they sprang in 2017, 2016. So yes, what I believe is that really we have already solved the problem of KYC. Companies like us, we provide all of the services, we check there is no money laundering. We did that before we were regulated. We of course do that right now. And we allow this really budding ecosystem inside of this walled garden to thrive.
Great. Okay, let's go back to Electrocoin once again. So we were talking about local, about Croatia, about the local regulation, the governor himself. But what can your company offer internationally? Are you planning to spread your wings a bit further?
Sure. As soon as we find a bank that wants to support us. No, seriously, well, that was serious. We started our business focused on Croatia. Early on, we expanded on the European Union because Croatia is a member of the European Union. There is a market for us there. It was really easy to enter this market. We obviously are looking outside of the borders of Croatia, European Union, but our strategy is three-tier. We've used Croatia as a sandbox. We develop our services here, for instance, our cooperation with Croatian Post, our payment services, and some other services that we are building right now. When we validate that this really makes sense, because we are not the smartest guys in the world, when we validate this works in Croatia, then we move our services in the European Union. We already did that with our brokerage and our payment processor is slowly reaching the European Union. And yeah, when we find our banking, because the hardest part of our task, of our vision, is to find banking partners that want to support us. We do have them in Croatia for the time being. I hope this will not change. We do have them in European Union. As soon as we find some in the wider international market, we definitely will be moving our services that have been battle-proven in Croatia and the European Union internationally.
Great. So it seems crypto is here to stay, right?
Yeah, definitely. There has, since the December of 2017 and January in 2018, we have experienced a really hard bear market. Value of Bitcoin dropped 85%, but investment in crypto industry and crypto company has been growing exponentially through the bear market. That means that smart money, and finally in the last half year, also big banks have been realizing that crypto definitely is here to stay.
Perfect. Thanks very much. It was a great chat. Nikola, it was really a pleasure for us having you here at Shift Money.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for your fabulous questions.
Thank you.